here at Lord's with Stuart Broad. He's agreed to bowl 1 over at me. I've got no pads or gloves. I've got a telegraph rolled up on my shins for protection. Any final words for me?
If you just think about hitting straight, you'll be fine. I think your body naturally takes over about getting out of the way and stuff. So just be brave, be confident, and try and hit the ball straight.
And duck.
And duck if I bounce you.
Still only 26. You've had many memorable achievements already. And if you'd like to kind of rank them and why so in the order, we mentioned there Victoria's 2009 Ashes, of which you were man of the match in the key one. Winning the T20 World Cup, Test hat-trick v India, your 169 v Pakistan, 7 for 72 against the Windies, and being a key member of putting England the #1 side in the world.
I can quite honestly say that's the toughest question I've ever been asked. To rank them 1 to 6.
All great moments, obviously.
Amazing moments, yeah. I mean, I always put team achievements above my own, because I think whether you get a 100 or a 5 and you lose a test match, it means very little. But I mean, I think the #1 status has to be at the top, because all those came towards getting there. So that would have to be my #1. Ashes Series 2009, getting the man of the match in that final test, my first real impact on the international scene, so that would probably be #2. The World Cup in Barbados, just moments out of that, singing the national anthem where it felt like 20-odd thousand Englishmen were there in Barbados was sort of hair on the back of the neck stuff. It was absolutely incredible. So the whole feeling of winning that, being so unexpected, would be 3. My 100 at Lord's, to be able to get it at Lord's and to be able to surpass my dad's highest score was very special. So that probably sneaks in a bit above the 7 for. And the hat-trick can't come last though, can it? A hat-trick at my home ground, that can go above the 100. The hat-trick can go above the 100, then the 100 at 5 and the 7 for at 6. But again, the 7 for made me get on the 10 for boards at Lord's, which hadn't been achieved since 1978, so that also should be up there, really. I reckon we'll rank the top 2 and the rest are all like...
Fine, okay, I'll let you off that one then. You mentioned, obviously, the 169 was particularly important for you. Do you see yourself potentially as a full-blown all-rounder?
I'm a bowling all-rounder. I think now I've had some really good experiences in international cricket. I think now's the time I can really push forward and bring both attributes together to work at the same time. I've had times where I've been bowling particularly well and my batting might not be as strong as it could be, and I've had times where I've been batting really well and my bowling just slips off. But I've also had times where they have come together in a series and been able to really change momentums of series. So I just want to do that more consistently now. Like a Flintoff did in the Ashes 05, where he scored hundreds and fifers, that sort of thing is my aim, and if I can achieve that in the next 18 months, I'll obviously be delighted.
You've played with a lot of players and against a lot of players and nations now. Is there any particular sledge that you can remember that's gone down well?
Yeah, I mean,
either giving or taking.
The funniest one I can remember in the UAE was Jimmy Anderson. He's quite a grumpy Burnley lad, Jimmy, and he just sort of runs in. He has a bit of a grumble here and there. He doesn't really sledge, but has a grumble. One of the Pakistani batsmen was going quite nicely and being a bit awkward. So Jimmy sort of looked at him and said, "Dom English bol sakte ho?" I'm not sure about the accent, and everyone was like, "What's he said there?" And what it means is, "Do you speak English?" So the Pakistani batsman, "Yeah." He goes, "I'm going to hit you on the head, get ready for it." And it was just the way, no one saw it coming. And it was, because he was being deadly serious, it was hard not to sort of smile and laugh at that one. But after the day's play, we obviously had a chat and don't know where it came from, but it was funny.
There's a few jokers in the squad. Are there any kind of pranks that have been done on each of the teammates?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, the jokers and the practical jokers are our support staff. I mean, our masseuse and fitness trainer, they cause carnage in the change rooms. But the funniest one I saw was our masseuse thought he was being really clever and like sticking phones, like gluing phones to tables. So if someone would go and pick it up, they couldn't get it. So he spent ages, he bought this real super glue and painted the back of this BlackBerry, put it down on the table, like he's trying to stuff the physio, so he was going to run and call it. And he didn't realise it was actually his phone. So he super glued his own phone to the table and like, was waiting for the physio, never went near it. And suddenly he walked over and he's like, oh no, what have I done?
That's karma for you, that.
Yeah, that is karma for him. But it hasn't stopped him.
Final couple of questions. Who is the best batsman that you've bowled against? And who is the best bowler that you've faced?
Best batsman is probably Ponting for me. He's obviously had success pretty much everywhere in the world. As a tall bowler, he pulls your length, which makes it quite tricky to adjust to. And when he gets in, he's really hard to remove. Best bowler, I think, is Ajmal from Pakistan, the way he sort of can bowl with such pace and turn it both ways. He caused us huge trouble in the UAE at the start of the year, and I mean, his record speaks for himself.
Brilliant. Stuart, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thanks very much indeed.
Pleasure.